Watch the words fly with Amanda.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Watch the Words Fly. My name is Amanda, and today I am going to read you the book, Edward Gets Messy. This book was written by Rita Meade and illustrated by Olga. In this book, you are going to meet a pig named Edward, and Edward never gets messy. He loves being clean. Until one day at school, something happens that changes his life forever. I can't wait to see what it is. Well, I'm ready. I hope you're ready too. On to our book, Edward Gets Messy.
Edward Gets Messy, written by Rita Meade, illustrated by Olga. This is Edward. Edward is a very particular pig. He detests dirt. He fears filth. He likes things to be just so. Edward never gets messy. Each morning before school, Edward irons his perfectly clean clothes. He tidies his perfectly tidy room until there's not a speck of dust in sight. He vacuums his perfectly sparkling goldfish tank with a special underwater vacuum. Edward is very happy with being very clean, but it is hard work to stay that way. Edward never pets friendly dogs on the street. He never, ever eats food that spills or splatters. And he never, ever, ever uses markers or glue sticks or paint. They are just too messy. It sure isn't easy being a particular pig. On the way to school one morning, Edward's friends jumped in a big pile of dirty leaves. Crunch! But Edward doesn't get messy. He walks on the sidewalk. In Edward's science class, the baking soda volcano erupts into a spraying flow. Boom! But Edward doesn't get messy. He sits at the back of the room. At lunchtime, everyone at Edward's table eats spaghetti and meatballs. But Edward doesn't get messy. He eats a plate of steamed broccoli. On the muddy baseball field outside, Edward's classmates play a game of baseball. Squish! But Edward doesn't get messy. He stays in the stands. Edward has stayed clean for most of the day. Now, there's just one class left. The art teacher gives out paper and paint. Gloop. Once again, Edward doesn't get messy. He straightens up the supply shelf, but something goes wrong. Plop! Oh dear. Splat! Oh dear. To his surprise and his horror, and through no fault of his own, Edward gets messy. Edward is distraught. Edward is devastated. Edward doesn't know what to do. But wait. The next day at school, Edward helps the science teacher with her experiment. Out on the muddy baseball field, Edward gets a hit and slides into second base. And on the way home from school, he jumps into that big pile of leaves. Edward is no longer afraid to pet friendly dogs on the street or eat food that spills and splatters. And he happily uses markers and glue sticks and especially paint. Because now Edward knows that it's okay even for particular pigs to get messy. After all, they can always clean up afterward.
Well, I really liked reading Edward's story. I think my favorite part was when he took all the mess that happened at school and turned it into something beautiful. I also liked the page where he hit the ball and slid all through that mud to second base. You can have a lot of fun playing with mud. Well, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you. Thank you for letting me read to you, and hopefully I will get to see you again soon. Bye.